That's so crazy. All right, well, let me fix this over on YouTube. See, I'm so out of the loop. I'm like, I can't believe Facebook is down. That is nuts. That doesn't happen very often. I'm going to fix YouTube over here. Subscribers only. Boom. All right. So I had everything set up out there, and then it started raining. And so I had to like get under the porch, which is fine because now it's like starting to thunder. We've got some geese. It's like, it's exciting now. It's starting to get a little exciting. We've got a thunderstorm and coffee, and this is a good, it's a cool atmosphere for a coffee chat, I feel like. Yeah, there's geese. They're very intimidating. They saw me this morning and they were like getting ready to get me, and I was like, I'm not going to mess with you, so please don't mess with me. Stay at your pond. I don't, yeah. No, thank you on the geese. You're going to catch one, Kate? You're going to try to catch one? Good luck. I don't think you need to try to catch one. If you just like look at them, they'll come to you. There's no needing to catch one. You just look at it and it's like, I'm going to come for you. That's how geese work. Yeah, you don't even have to try to catch it. It will catch you. My mom still tells the story about how when she was like 8.5 months pregnant with, I think it was my brother and my sister, she took me to the duck pond to feed the ducks. And I actually got attacked by geese. And she had to run to try to save me from all these geese that were attacking me because, yeah, so she was like super pregnant and she was like chasing to like save me from these attacking geese. So I don't mess with geese. I don't. I'm like, you're good and I'm good and you stay over there. But they're this morning, they were like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm over here. I'm not going to touch you. You do your thing. You go be geese. Hear the thunder? First, I thought it was a really big truck. And then I was like, that would be a really big truck. I think it's thunder. All right. So, enough about geese. Hopefully they don't come over here in the middle of the live. Otherwise, you guys are on your own. He's mad at me now. That was threatening. You heard that, right? He was like, mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah, if he comes over here, you guys are on your own. I'm going inside, and you're just going to sit here and stare at this blank wall until he goes away. Okay? I like birds, but geese are different. I mean, some geese are cute, but these are the dangerous ones from Canada. Oh, my mic is muffled. You know what? That's because I have you guys propped on a wine bottle. Don't ask questions. It's a thing. This is my tripod for today. Look. That's why you're muffled, because that's my tripod. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can do something to unmuffle this. Yeah, that's just how I roll. I'm not drinking wine right now. I'm drinking coffee. But I was looking for something that was like heavy enough to prop this up. And I tried the candlesticks, but they weren't heavy enough. So finally I was like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll grab a bottle of wine. And so the wine worked. Okay. Is that better? It's kind of a weird angle, but I feel like maybe if I do it this, oh man, now we're getting like dangerous. Okay, that whole bottle of wine is going to fall over and then Then I won't have a bottle of wine anymore. It's going to be so sad. Is that any better? Is it still muffled? Yeah, I know. If those geese, it's still muffled or it's better? Okay, better. All right, yeah, if those geese come over, I have a weapon and I have a bottle of wine and I'm going to be like, ah! Hey, listen, I've been doing this a while. I know how to build a tripod. All you need is a flower pot, a bottle of wine, and at this point now I have my hard drive. So it can be done. It can be done. So let's talk knickknacks. That is our purpose for today. Enough about geese and tripods and wine. Let's talk knickknacks. What's the brand on the wine bottle? Which one is this? This is Dreaming Tree. It's a Pinot Noir in California. So I kind of wanted to pick up where we left off last week. And we were talking about our monthly trains. Your first time on Knickknacks. Welcome. All right, so if you want to come over to Knickknacks, you should see a QR code somewhere on the screen. It has a link to Knickknacks. It's knickknacks.net. NIKNAX.net. It'll bring you on over here. But yes, I'd like to kind of pick up where we left off, which was talking. I feel like you guys are really high up now. Now I'm like being bothered by this. I don't know what's bothering me, guys. I feel like I'm covered by comments. I don't know how to fix it. I'm looking for other tripod solutions. I feel like if you guys are down on the table, then you're like way far down, right? I mean, actually, that's not too bad. I mean, maybe I don't need the flower pot. Maybe all I need is a bottle of wine. That was loud. Sorry. I feel like that can work. Okay. There we go. That works. I mean, I'm kind of like down here with you guys, but that's cool. Okay, so monthly trains. We're planning our first one for March, which is going to be the 23rd and the 24th, I believe. Is that correct, Christina? I saw you hop in here. I am at an Airbnb. I am in Springfield. Yes, 23rd and 24th. So we are going to have our first train the 23rd and the 24th. Very excited for that. It is going, I mean, not our first train, but our first Knickknacks themed train. And Christina, Moonsky Vintage, is going to be leading these trains. I have put her in charge. We had a call yesterday, and she's like, well, what do you think about this and this? And I'm like, you are in charge. This is your baby. She is the conductor of the train. So, of course, I will give my input where she needs it, but I think she's going to do a wonderful job, and I'm really excited for her, and I hope that everybody can get behind her. Is the train full? Christina, do we have an answer for that? I don't think it's full. Yes, and there will be more trains. That is absolutely true. So we are going to be doing a monthly Knickknacks sponsored train, and every month I think we're going to do a different theme. And I think what makes that fun is that we can also get our sellers who aren't comfortable going live involved. As you know, we have our weekly featured theme, which I have to switch over today, by the way. I know that it is still Luck of the Irish. I'm going to switch that today. So I'm going to fix that today to check yourself, check pottery and check stuff. But the fun thing about that is when we do these trains, we can actually also involve our sellers who are doing buy it now listings, or they want to do like timed auctions. So we'll just, it'll correspond with our weekly theme, and everybody can get involved. And I think that'll be really fun. Absolutely. Yes. I want to make sure everyone's involved. I don't want people feeling left out. So if you're not comfortable going live, you can still participate in a way. I mean, I would encourage everybody to give going live a chance. I mean, it is a little, like I've said before, I almost threw up on my first live. I was so nervous, but now I really enjoy it. I have a lot of fun. Yeah, so we're going to be doing that once a month. Oh, thanks. This is a Starbucks mug that I found at Goodwill, and I just thought it was really cute. Juliet keeps trying to... I brought a mug with me to the Airbnb. That's how weird I am about mugs. Is that weird? That's probably weird. I brought a mug with me. It was like... I'm sorry. It's just weird. I didn't bring any of my pottery, like my good pottery mugs, because like I was afraid I'd leave it here. So I brought this mug. Because I'm like, it's not the end of the world if I leave it here by accident. Or I can leave it and I can have it the next time I come. I don't know. Oh, shoot. Are we going there again? That's so funny. So, yes, I'm very excited about that. That is happening, again, March 23rd and 24th. You brought your own spatula? Is that what that says? So we're going to do that. And then we've been talking a lot more about how to incorporate our creators, our artists here on Knickknacks. I had kind of floated the idea by you guys on our last live that we were going to do like an art themed day, which I was really excited about. And we've kind of been developing that more and, tossing ideas back and forth. And so I kind of I wanted to brainstorm with you guys some of the ideas, and I wish we had our Facebook friends with us. I'm kind of bummed that they're excluded, but I did put out a reel, so maybe they'll hop on over and join us. So I did create some collections last week, and I do need some more suggestions for collections that we're going to need for that day. I'm thinking we're going to do Fourth Friday for a so I think what kind of inspired this whole idea was Handmade Arcade. You guys know that I go to Pittsburgh in December, and we usually take the family with us, and we do the Handmade Arcade. Call me when you're done, please. Oh, who is that? You came through as Crazy Lamp Lady. I don't know who this is. It's Andrew. Okay. All right. Got it. Crazy Lamp Lady's telling me to call her. I don't know. Okay. So we go to this Handmade Arcade, and one of the things I love about it is that there are all of these makers sharing all of their art. So there's people who paint, there's people who do ceramics, there's people who make jewelry, and there's all these different artists there. There's mixed media artists. And so that's kind of what inspired me to take one day a month and, a mixed media art tag. All right. I probably need to write this down somewhere. I realized I didn't have a pen and paper, but I do have a place to write this down. Give me 1 second, because I couldn't remember some of the suggestions you came up with. Yes. And I literally said to Christina yesterday, I'm like, I have to write things down this time because I didn't write it down. So we need a mixed media tag. Okay. We do have currently a assemblage tag. I so Okay, resin art. So one of the things we have to keep in mind is that we can only feature a certain number of categories on the main page. So, for instance, like art, like painting, like we can't break it down too detailed. I know there's like different, but we have to keep it to 10. So we have to we can't break it down too much. We can't make it too detailed. But anyway, so my thought for it was one day a month we could convert the entire knickknacks. we can we can convert the entire knickknacks homepage to just art, and we can have all the art categories to try to help out fiber art. Okay, fiber art. I got that one. To try to help out our artists, because that was really important to me when I started this. Is I really wanted to bring in some of our artists. So yeah, the entire homepage. So for one day a month, we won't have glass, we won't have pottery, we won't have coffee. We won't have any of those things on the main page. It will all be like paintings. It'll be the assemblages. It'll be jewelry made by our artists. So that'll be the whole homepage for one day, and it'll be like an art fair. That's kind of how I wanted to market it, was that we were like basically having an online art fair. Why not a weekend? I don't know. We'll have to think about that. I was just thinking like we could do like a fourth Friday, like make it like a fourth Friday. But we can consider a weekend. We can think about that. Yes, handcrafted things. Basically, it's not really that much work for one day. But here, let's see how big it is, and if we need to scale it to a whole weekend, I'm perfectly fine with scaling it. And seeing how we can scale it. But one thought I had, and I had talked to Christina about it yesterday, is my first thought was let's have a train dedicated to art, people selling their art. But then the more I thought about it is maybe like when you go to an art fair or you go to a place, sometimes there's like demonstrations where people are like showing you how they make their art, or maybe somebody's live selling their art, or somebody's showing jewelry, or somebody's like selling their paintings or stuff. So I was thinking, rather than doing a train, maybe throughout the day we can have an agenda or like a schedule of, at this time somebody is selling their paintings, and at the same time this person is doing a jewelry demonstration and showing you how they make their jewelry. And so I thought it would be really fun, instead of like doing and maybe, if you make jewelry and you want to get together with somebody else who makes jewelry, you could, go back to back, and you could actually do like a little mini train or do something like that. But I thought we could get really creative with it, and we could all work together, and, you could find somebody else who makes things like you do, hook up with somebody else who does jewelry art, and maybe work together. Well, there you go. I mean, I think it could be something really great. And I love going and supporting artists. And I think that as a community on Knickknacks, I think it could be really fantastic. We just have to figure out how to implement it. But I don't think it's going to be that crazy. I don't think it's going to be that crazy. Yes, I think that's going to be the key. I think is getting the categories, because we need 10 broad categories, and then we can filter them down, but the ones that are featured on the homepage have to be more broad. They have to be more broad. And then if we need to, we can like, yes, like an online art walk. That's what it is going to be like. Yes, like that. Absolutely. Like my whole point of my whole goal is to figure out ways to get our community involved, because I feel like Knickknacks is a community and we need to, figure out how to get everybody involved. Yes, we have the trains for our live sellers, that we want to do once a month. And maybe if you don't get in on this train, you can get in on the next train, but I want to try to get our different little pockets of our community involved. So this was my idea to get our artists involved. Our sellers that aren't comfortable going live but want to do buy it nows. Like, let's do the weekly feature, and correspond it with our trains. Like, I just think there's ways that we can get everybody involved. Yeah, I mean, even if you do a demonstration on how you do your art, you can have items in the buy it now. So you can like show how you make your jewelry, and at the same time you can have your buy it now loaded with items. So you can sell items in your buy it now. You could be talking about something, and then you could be like, oh, well, I'll pull this item. I have this item that I made, and I'm going to bring it to the buy it now. If you're interested, you can grab it. So you have to remember that, even if you're doing a demonstration, you don't have to be selling items via auction. You can also be selling items as buy it now. Like, for instance, right now I have items down in the little store. Like, I have my coffee there because we're doing a coffee chat, and I also threw some Fenton in there as well. There you go. You know what, guys? I'm getting cold. I think I'm going to move inside. Like, yeah, I'm getting cold. We're going to move inside with our wine bottle. Look at those geese down there. They're like staring at me. They're like, oh, she's on the move. Watch her. She's on the move. Trying to figure out where I want to sit. Decisions. I think I'll sit over here. I am in Ohio. My second home in Ohio. Jacob's going to be picking me up in 30 minutes. We're doing a house call today. My coffee isn't in the store. It should be. I added it. Don't mind me just walking around with a wine bottle at 11 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, the coffee should be, yeah, it's at the very bottom because that's the order I added it. So my pendant I actually bought from a local artist. Kay Olson is the artist on Instagram. Let me see if I can get a light on in here because it's kind of dark. Ashton won the $100 challenge. There we go. That's better. A little bit warmer in here. See if I can prop you guys back up. Oh, there's a good list. Okay, hang on 1 second. Get that down. Okay. Hang on, I'm gonna screenshot it because it's gonna jump. There, I got it. Okay, I'll add it later. Yeah, I screenshot it too. What's going down in Ohio? So George is coming into town, and Kate. So we're just hanging out. What would Chelsea do? Shirt? Yes, I really like it here. It's very homey. It's very homey. I'm just trying to think of what else I wanted to talk about because we've got another half hour to talk about knickknacks. Do you guys have any questions? Anything you want to talk about? Oh my gosh, now they're coming in fast. Yes, George he's very, very knowledgeable, and he is a really good friend. I'm so excited. I was like, just by chance, I was like, hey, you want to come meet me in Ohio? And he's like, sure. I was like, really? He's always so busy. Yeah, and then for Kate, I was like, hey, you want to like just come and hang out? And she's like, yeah, I'll be there. Like, okay, cool. Everybody's like, just coming to Ohio. You guys are going so fast, I can't keep up. So you can go to the live tab. You can go on the live tab. Yes, we are going to be with the Burner Brothers. Jacob is actually picking me up in 26 minutes to go do a house call. So that's why I'm only going to be on till 11:30 today. So if you go to the live tab, you can see all of our upcoming sales. Here, let me turn you guys around. Boom. Okay, so here is the live streams. Look, I'm live right now. But if you scroll down, you can see Mary is going live at 11:29, and we're going to be rating into Mary today. We've got Rosa, and then tonight we have Groovy Tuesday train. Our train is growing, and this is actually a train that our sellers have put together, which is really exciting. I love that. So we've got the Groovy train. Also, can you tell that I'm definitely ADD? Look at this. Just a little bit, a little ADD. I have like 7 million tabs open. That's usually a good indicator. Okay, so we have the Groovy train. My Petite Vintage Co. is going live tonight, but you can always refer to this live streams tab over here, and that'll show you who's going live. So as the marketplace owner, I'm on here every single day. It's one of the first things I check every morning, and I'm always seeing who's live. And you guys know we have our Facebook page, and we boost the sales to Facebook when it's up and running. And that's something we do manually. So when when your sales get boosted, that's usually I'm behind the scenes boosting your sales to Facebook, or Sienna and I kind of go back and forth. Occasionally Mary will jump in and help us boost. But that's us boosting your sales. So every morning I come in here and I see who's going live. So that's how I know when people are rescheduling sales, because for the day I look at who's going live at what time, and I'm ready. And I'm like, okay, this person's going live at 4:18. And then I set an alarm, or mentally like prepare myself for that time so that I can be on my phone and I can get ready to boost it. So today's going to be a really busy day. You can see we have lives pretty much going on all day. I'm very excited. I hope this is a great train. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I'll be popping in. Let's see. And then tomorrow we've got Jenny K. Paperweight show. Everybody loves paperweights. And then we have the Easter train coming up, I think. Right? When is the Easter train? Oh, here it is. So Jenny K put together this Easter train, and I'm very excited for that. You can see it's going to be a nice long train. Yes. So we've got lots happening, but that's a great way to see who's coming up, what sales are happening. Right now, there's no way to follow our sellers, but you can definitely click on live streams. I check it every day. And here's our listings. So here, I always tell people when they're searching, don't use this tab because it'll take you to all of district. So if you want to support knickknacks and you want to support our sellers, don't use this search bar. Use this search bar. You go here and then you can search with this search bar, and that'll search all of the listings on knickknacks. So for instance, you can search glass, and there you go. Those are all the glass listings. So there's some really nice things on there. I kind of like that. That's cool. So we have almost 40,000 listings currently, which is so crazy. But yeah, you can search by name. You can search by category. So here are all the different categories. Right now, this is what I was working on as far as handmade. So I have crochet by Knickknacks Artists. So if you're going to be using these tags, please make sure that they are made by you, or as I've said before, your kids, or somebody close to you. But please don't use these tags if they're mass produced or something like that. So like here, assemblage by Knickknacks Artists. I feel like we should have more in there. Oh, maybe because I have glass. Let's try it again. Oh, there we go. So there you go. Ooh, that was loud thunder. Yeah, so here are some of the assemblages. I love these button bouquets. Those are super cute. There is the assemblages. And then we can do art glass. That shouldn't probably be in there. So we're going to have to clean up the categories a little bit. But here's, these are amazing. So Sarah Sally makes these. And I've corresponded with her a few times via email. These are incredible. She is a glass artist out of Kansas City, and she makes these. And I've purchased from her in the past, but these are just amazing. Look at these. How cool is that? Look at how intricate. It's extraordinary. I know, right? And there's her signature. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? I love it so much. Yeah. So that got me excited when she started listing on Knickknacks. Yeah. So there, yeah, SSL, her signature. Very cool. So yeah, I think that's really, and then of course, we got all our seller chats down here. That's the secret one that nobody gets to see. Yes, I think they're working on a way to bookmark shows. So what I do is I do check it every day. And if I'm afraid I'm going to miss it, I just set a reminder in my calendar. And I've done that multiples, especially when it's a really busy day. I'll set the reminder in my calendar. And then, of course, my phone is constantly going off. And it's like, oh, yeah, there's another sale. Yes. Yeah, I would be very excited for a future like that. Absolutely. Wow. It is really pouring out there. I kind of don't want to go out in that storm. I hope it's just a passing thunderstorm and not anything more serious. They did just have a tornado here last week. Yeah, it's been some crazy weather. I'm in Ohio right now. I am in Springfield, Ohio, and I am visiting my friends, the Burner Brothers. And don't say it to you where I'm in the Fiesta. I'll tell you what, Kate, this basement is really creepy too. I was down in the basement last time I was here. Don't ask why, but I was. I was down in the basement. On older listed items, is it better to leave them as is or and then relist? Okay. So this is something that I've been trying to figure out. And one of the things that I had suggested early on for district is to create like a shuffle feature, because one thing I was noticing on knickknacks is that once the items were listed and they sat for a while, they were getting buried. It was like the item was getting buried. So I had asked for like a shuffle feature for our categories. So when people open it, the category, the items are shuffled. So items from the end are coming back to the front and things are getting shuffled around. So I would say you may benefit from relisting because we have lots of stuff. But now with that shuffle feature, I think things are getting mixed up a little bit more. So I don't know if it's necessarily, I don't know if you really need to with the shuffle. Before I would have said, yeah, I think you should, because otherwise you're getting buried. Yes, yes. Support just mentioned that you can share older listings through Magic Comments. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, it shuffles automatically if it's set to shuffle. And I've set all the categories to shuffle, unless I forget. Holy smokes. Those poor geese. Actually, I don't feel bad for them. That's crazy. Yikes. I haven't seen rain like this in a really long time. Hey, at least my car is getting washed. Yikes. The weather is a little scary right now, I'm not gonna lie. It's because I have a habit of holding my finger over the mic. I'm trying not to. I'll try to set my hair, I'll set it down. It's just an awkward angle. Go. Beautiful day in West Virginia. Sun is shining in East. Really? That's so crazy. My necklace is from K. Olson Ceramics in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Yeah, Facebook is down right now, so I'm not sure if Magic Comments are going to work. At least for Facebook. Is Instagram down too? I mean, I guess Instagram and Facebook are kind of connected. Oh, well, that sucks. I was really excited about my reel that I posted. It was like, oh, this is a great reel, because nobody ever saw it. Oh, Brandon says it's still up. Okay, so Magic Comments are their feature here on District, and So if you go to the Knickknacks Instagram, you'll see items posted. And so what those are is essentially there are items that have been shared from the marketplace to Instagram or Facebook, and people have the opportunity to purchase that item directly from the comments by typing claim. So you're sharing it to, if you have a social media following on either Instagram or Facebook, they can just go claim and they get sent a message and they can check out right there. So we've had quite a few sales through Magic Comments, which is really exciting. Yes, I am still selling on Whatnot. Yes, just not as much. I've kind of shifted my focus over to Knickknacks. Yes, you can use the Knickknacks logo on thank you cards. My only request is that you don't use the Knickknacks logo in a commercial capacity, like on like merch or stuff to make money. Yes, support can definitely help you with Magic Comments. I think right now it's just hard because Facebook is down, but I'm sure once Facebook is up and running, they could definitely walk you through it. Exactly. Yeah. You've been trying for a week. Yes, there is a basement. It's really creepy. It's an old farmhouse. It's an old farmhouse. Oh, wow. It's getting really windy. Oh, the chair just went across the porch. The chair just went across the porch. I wonder if that's like a go down to the basement type of the chair just went across the porch. How do you know if there's a tornado? I guess I'll just sit here and I don't think they have sirens in Ohio. When I lived in Kansas, like we would get the sirens, but I don't think they do that in Ohio. Oh, Ohio has sirens? No, I don't hear sirens. This is so weird for me. TV on will show. The sky's not green. Listen, I lived in Kansas. Like, I'm not dumb to tornadoes, but I don't know. I think it's just a thunderstorm. I've been down in the basement a few times when I lived in Kansas. I think it's just a thunderstorm. It's just a wild thunderstorm. The whole chair, I'm sitting here and the whole chair just goes whoosh across the boards. I'm like, oh, that's kind of intense. I mean, hey, if they show up now and it's pouring rain like this, I'm not going outside to meet them. They have to wait until the rain is done. I'm not. No. I'm like, okay, you guys can wait until it stops pouring like this because I'm not running outside in this rain. Yikes. Huh. My gosh, guys. I love a good thunderstorm, but it's crazy. Oh, the poor geese out there. They're all huddled together. All right. Well, do we have anything more about knickknacks to chit chat about? I don't want to like leave you guys hanging. Where do we find the logos? So the logos are on, they're in one of the chat channels. Mary, do you know where they were posted? I think they were, they were in one of the chat channels. I don't remember which one. Maybe the seller guidelines. Okay, yeah, the seller guide. You can find the logos there. And I think we are going to be updating the text for knickknacks. So the text is going to be updated. The logo text, because I wanted to make the K clearer because the K kind of looked like an R. So we are getting that updated. The tote bags, I'm working on the design with the letter shop, and I'm going back and forth in email. We're going to get a new design, and those will be available on knickknacks. Yes, as Mary said, if you want information on going live, you can check in the seller chat and you can post there. Sienna is onboarding new live sellers, but she's going through a few at a time. So everybody needs to be patient. I know it's exciting. You guys need to be patient. How long is the waiting list for onboarding? I'm not sure, but if you get signed up, I'm sure that Stana can give you a time slot for that. I'm making more coffee. Seems the storm has passed. Will I hire an assistant in the future? I don't know. That makes me nervous. I don't like relinquishing control. Yes, Sienna is okay with complete beginners. We all are. We all started somewhere. No, I don't think that sellers should advertise in someone else's show. And I don't know. There's a lot of things that they do on Whatnot that I'm not really a fan of. And I think that's one of them. I think I like the fact that, sellers will encourage people to go and check out other people's shows, but I think it's presumptuous for sellers to assume that they can go in and promote their own shows. Like they assume that it's okay. And even if they go in, and Kate, this one, even if they go in and they're promoting somebody else's show. I mean, Kate and I deal with this a lot, and it's a conversation we've had over and over again. But like people come in my show and they're like, "Oh, Kate is live," and people go in Kate's show and they're like, "Oh, Jocelyn's live," and it's like, we know, we know, and it's like we're both trying to have a sale here, and I think it shouldn't be a thing. And I know it's the worst. It's the worst. So I wish that I don't want to set that. There's certain things I don't want to set. The other thing is giveaways. Like I feel like people can know that you appreciate them being in your sale without constantly having to give something away. Like that's the one thing that drives me absolutely nuts about Whatnot is it's come to be expected that you're going to give them something. Like, oh, you're here. Let me give you something. Like, okay, when are you running a giveaway? When are you going to do a giveaway? Do you appreciate us being here? Where's my giveaway? That to me, I can't handle it. Like I love the way that Jenny K does it, where you put the papers aside and then you do the buyer appreciation. I think that's wonderful. I really love that. But I don't want to set that precedent. So there's certain things that I want to do differently, and we have to set that from the very beginning. It has to be set from the very beginning. So yes, I want our buyers and our viewers and the people here to know that we appreciate them, but I don't think that stems from constantly giving things away because that attracts the wrong crowd. I feel like that attracts the wrong crowd because then it's artificially inflating. Then people are just coming because they expect a giveaway, not because they're actual buyers. They just want, like, hey, where's my giveaway? Are those people actually there to buy something? Are they there to support you, or they just want something for free? So that's my whole thing. And so on Whatnot, I'm trying to get away from doing the giveaways, less giveaways, but still trying to do giveaways because I do appreciate people being there. But I think there's other ways to show that you appreciate people being there, and showing support. So, oh boy, do you have a story about giveaways? Yeah, I don't think it should be an expectation. I think that's where I struggle. Yeah, I kind of want to hear this story now. I kind of want to hear this story about giveaways. I feel like it's a good one. Oh my God, here comes more thunder. Yeah, and now we need to hear the story. Yeah, I think that should be the case. Oh no, she wins 85% of your giveaways and doesn't even buy anything. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, people constantly asking, when is your giveaway? I get that a lot. I do. Are you required to do giveaways? No, you're not required to do giveaways. You're not required to do giveaways. No, it's just expected. I think people expect it. They've come to expect it. I think people just because behaviors were set so early on the platform. It's created habits, and so that's what I want to. Here we started Knickknacks in November, and we're so early on that we have the ability to create these behaviors and form Knickknacks into what we want it to be. And so I want to steer clear of what we're seeing, the stuff that we don't like about Whatnot. For instance, the giveaways, the promotion. I think as a seller, I think it's a wonderful thing for you to encourage other sellers. I mean, that's really important. But I think as a seller, you shouldn't go into another seller's show and promote yourself. That's not okay. And I think as a viewer or as a buyer, you shouldn't go into a seller show and promote other sellers. That's not okay. But I think, promoting the community and, as a seller being like, oh, hey, I'm ending my show now. I don't have anybody to raid, but later on, so-and-so is having a show and you should pop back in, and go and check them out. I think that's a great way to promote each other. And maybe not encourage people to share their shows in your show. And we can do that. So, that's my thought on giveaways. That's my thought on promoting your shows in other shows. I think those were the two big ones that I kind of want to steer clear. And then the other one was the race to the bottom. Is that what they call it? And I touched on that on my last show, where we talked about, I want you guys to set your prices at the least amount you are willing to accept for an item. I don't want you selling yourself short on things. I don't want you taking a loss, because then you get in this mindset of, oh, well, now I need to get, I'm losing money. I need to get cheaper items, and then you end up, getting cheaper items. You end up getting cheaper stuff, and it dilutes the marketplace. So, you know, keep the quality up, and if it doesn't sell, that's okay. List it as a buy it now and let it sit for a little while. I talked about Candyland Treasures doing that. She goes through her items, and when they don't sell at the end of her sale, Amanda's like, oh, these didn't sell, but if you're interested in them, I'm listing them as a buy it now. So that's also really important, because now it seems like the quality. Oh, and then the last thing I want to talk about before we raid over to Mary is I had a show over there on Whatnot on Sunday. And one thing that really bothered me during that show was people being very nosy. It was just a lot of nosiness going on. I think that we need to respect people's privacy. We need to respect people's privacy and not be nosy. Bandit Johnson. You guys know Bandit Johnson. Wonderful, wonderful member of our community. We've got a lot of great members of this community. Key 15 was another buyer in my sale on Sunday, and people were just like, "Who are you? Where did you come from?" And I want to respect people's privacy. That's important for me on knickknacks. So as a seller, if you're selling live and you see lines being crossed, maybe just politely send a correction. I mean, I don't think we have that issue here, but I don't ever want it to be an issue. They do feel invasive, and I've just noticed a toxic trend, and I don't want that seeping over here, because we have such a positive, it's just such a positive community, and I just want it to stay that way. It seems to be like bullying and nosiness, and but we're going to raid over to Mary, and this was a lot of fun. I'll probably schedule another live. I'll schedule another live for next. We'll do Tuesday. We'll do a Tuesday coffee chat, and I'm also going to follow up with our $100 challenge. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thanks for sticking out this thunderstorm with me, and yeah, this was a good chat, and we'll do it again next Tuesday. All right. Very excited for our art festival. Our first one will be in April. So if you are a creator, get creating, because we're going to do it. All right. And I will work on those categories as well. So I will see you guys later. And we're going to go over to Mary. So don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. We're going to go right over to Mary. Let me see if I can figure this out. This button.